10.
There really isn't any part of town that is completely insulated from theft.
Simple mistakes you're making could be the reason you're falling victim to crime. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. In recent months, the amount of cars being stolen in Moorhead has more than doubled since last year. In fact, police tell us that people are even stealing license plates trying to use stolen cars as their own.
Well, it's a problem throughout the entire city. Police blame it on people leaving their cars running or unlocked. And Fargo police agree crimes of opportunity are up, especially in newer neighborhoods.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson took a ride with a Fargo officer and shows you common mistakes that people make, leading them to be victims of crime.
Less than 30 minutes riding passenger with Lieutenant Mitchell turns up dozens of opportunities to easily get away with your valuables.
In a matter of seconds, they could have that bike and be enough distance away where we would never catch it.
Garage doors left open.
But no, you can't really tell if there's anything of great value in there. I said somebody walking by looking to burglarize or steal something, it takes them literally seconds to walk up your driveway, take what they want, and be on their way.
While you might think your neighborhood is safe, recently police have seen break-ins and burglaries in newer, some say nicer areas like Deer Creek.
People wouldn't think that there'd be somebody looking to victimize them. Kind of get that false sense a lot of times that we live in a very safe part of the community. And the reality is, it just takes a second for someone to come in, and the next thing you know, you're a victim of a property crime.
A major problem, parking lots. Lieutenant Mitchell says too many people leave cars running, unlocked, even with valuables inside.
It isn't uncommon for people that commit these types of crimes just to walk through the aisles, look in the cars, and if they see something of value, try a door, and if it opens, that theft can occur in a matter of seconds.
Another easy target, trailers like these. A thief could just hook it up and drive away with it.
It's relatively simple for someone just to back in, hook it up, and they're gone within a matter of seconds.
The steps are simple, maybe even common knowledge. But despite countless reminders, people leave their doors wide open to crime.
They're hard for us to control. You can't station somebody at every bike rack.
At the end of the day, it's your responsibility.
One isn't locked.
To protect yourself. Don't be an easy target. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
And in Moorhead, police want you to remind you that people, when it starts getting cold, it's tempting to leave your car running or bags in the car when holiday shopping. But getting your car stolen is a reality. Even if it's locked, someone could easily break a window.
Now to a Valley News Live exclusive report. A hunter near Barnesville, Minnesota, wants action taken after she says people were chasing deer with vehicles and keeping them on the property of Walter Palmer. You may remember Palmer is the Minnesota dentist that killed the famed lion Cecil the lion earlier this year in Africa and was cleared in subsequent investigations by African officials. A hunter says she saw 2 trucks loop the roads about 20 to 30 times both Saturday and Sunday near Palmer's property. And when deer were about to cross the road, a truck pulled up and chased the deer. But it's illegal in Minnesota to chase or herd deer with motor vehicles.
He wasn't driving. When you're driving in a gravel road, you're moving. You're going to where you need to go. And he just slowed way up. Next thing I know, the deer turned around and back into his field.
The Minnesota DNR, they have confirmed that they have received complaints and are investigating activities in the area near Palmer's address from the past weekend's deer opener. But they say the investigation's ongoing. We reached out to Palmer, even went to his house, but have not heard back from him.
A man has been sentenced for rape of 2 college students near the NDSU campus and trying to rape a third. 39-year-old Stanley Bush stood in Cass County District Court today in tears before receiving 15 years in prison as his sentence. The prosecutor described Bush as a hunter who stalked his prey months before raping the 2 women in December. He entered the apartment that 3 women shared with a knife, forcing all 3 of the women to strip and rape 2 of them. Bush's attorney asked the judge for a sentence under 10 years. The prosecutor asked for 13.
I'd like to apologize to the 3 women whose lives I've affected forever. I'm sorry for everything I've taken from them.
Bush has 2 previous convictions, one involving stolen undergarments from an NDSU sorority. That was back in 1997.
The Walsh County Sheriff's Office officially confirmed today that the body that was found yesterday in north central North Dakota is that of this man, 45-year-old Travis Voracek of Grand Forks. The body was found in water and cattails just a quarter of a mile from where his ATV was found appeared to be rolled. Officers say there was no indication Voracek was seriously injured, and it appears he simply succumbed to the elements of a tragic accident. His body was transported to the UND's forensic pathology lab for an autopsy, and police say there's no indication of foul play here. Funeral arrangements have been set for a well-known young man in the Fargo hockey community. Visitation for Zach Kraft will be held this Thursday, November 12th, at Bulger Funeral Home in Fargo from 5 to 7 p.m. and then followed by a prayer service. The funeral service is scheduled for 11 Friday morning at Hope Lutheran Church in Fargo. Zach passed away following a fight with brain cancer. He's a Fargo North graduate, scoring the game-winning goal in the 2012 state tournament. After high school, Zach played for the Fargo Force, the Aberdeen Wings, and the Wisconsin Wilderness.
North Dakota has the nation's highest rate of overweight children at just over 20%. That's according to a new study. As kids step on the scales in North Dakota, their doctors are noticing a rise in weight to unhealthy levels. Dr. Aaron Van Ningen at the Sanford Health says North Dakota has been for a long time one of the states that has a very high incidence of child obesity, and it doesn't look like the issue is changing anytime soon.
And it seems to be, when we look at the numbers, on the trend upward as opposed to an improving trend recently.
Now, there are a number of ways to help decrease a child's weight, including eating more meals at home, exercising, and make sure that they get 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. If you would like to take a look at the study, we have it on our website and a link there. Go to valleynewslive.com and click on the hot button. It's Tuesday. That means it's time for another restaurant report card. We travel to Grand Forks to investigate some of the most serious offenders.
And give out a Clean Plate Award to a restaurant without any violations. Valley News Team's Christine Stanwood even goes behind the scenes on one of the offenders.
Our first stop, China Garden off of 32nd Avenue South. One of the most surprising critical offenses was housing a mattress, carpet, Lego boxes, and a bike inside the restaurant. That was back in June. The manager allowed us to check out the kitchen, but in the midst of the dinner rush, she didn't want to be on camera. She did say they've worked hard to fix their offenses. However, during my tour, I checked out the basement, and to my surprise, the bike was still there. Applebee's just down the street off Columbia Road had 4 critical and 6 non-critical violations from their June inspection. The most serious offenses include a dirty ice machine and scooper and dirty walls inside their walk-in cooler. Applebee's manager told me that they have implemented a new checklist to make sure everything is clean. This week's Clean Plate winner goes to Amazing Grains. The shift manager was thrilled.
Such an honor. I feel like we here at Amazing Grains, we work so hard to please all of our customers.
In Grand Forks, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
And you can see this report and all of our other restaurant report cards at valleynewslive.com.
The need for more space, it's why West Fargo administrators are hoping their community will support the $98.1 million bond referendum up for vote next week. A quick look around the school shows spaces that have either been remodeled to accommodate more students or spaces like the lunchroom, which is packed during lunch periods, putting a strain on the 15-person kitchen staff, which also prepares meals for 12 elementary schools.
However creative we are, the need for additional space can't be denied. We operate at almost 90% full room utilization per day, which doesn't leave a lot of open classrooms for new programming or new classes or even meetings for groups or organizations. It's hard to find space to do those things.
The open house held tonight saw very little parent turnout, but Dr. Fremstead says she and her colleagues aren't too worried because there hasn't been an organized movement against this referendum. There is one in support of it. For a look at what the bond would cover, go to our website, valleynewslive.com, and look for this story.
Valley News Live, 10